So we're up early because this is the day where we're going to sail directly to Toronto. We're calling for about 10 knots of wind. At the moment, here in the marina, it looks very calm, gorgeous morning. The sun is just off in the horizon there. So our plan this morning is to get up and leave the dock by 8 o'clock at the latest and just sail towards Etobicoke Yacht Club because we have a reciprocal with the yacht club there, but it's first come, first serve. So here's hoping that they have a berth for us.
So right now we're motor sailing to Toronto, or Etobicoke more precisely. We're going to bypass Toronto and go to Etobicoke. We're motor sailing because winds are not that favorable. It'll get us in there by about maybe 8-9 o'clock at night. We definitely don't want to get in at night, although we know the area pretty well, but we've never sailed in there at night. And we want to make sure we try and get a berth, so we're going to hopefully get there by around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon and hopefully get a berth to stay for the night at Etobicoke Yacht Club. We could probably just use them if we were just sailing, but it would take us a long time to get there. We're doing roughly 5.5-6 knots on the motor sail, and I'm pretty sure if I take off the engine, we'll probably be down to maybe 3.5, maybe 4 knots at best. So we're just trying to maximize our arrival time.
Well, it's getting choppier out here. There are white caps. So it's probably over 10 knots, maybe even gusting all the way to 15 knots at this point. But unfortunately, can't sail into this. You know, with the wind right on the bow, so we're continuing to just motor. We've, as you can see, we've brought down the sails. Yeah, there's water coming over the bow, sometimes reaching by the open companionway.
And I don't know, as soon as we took down the sail, it looks like the wind just picked up more. So it's a good thing we did take down the sails. But right now we're pretty well dead on the nose. The wind's right dead on the nose. And let's hope we can make it there by around 3 o'clock.
With the wind on the nose and the swells building up, it was a bouncy ride down below. If we weren't careful with our balance, we can hurt ourselves. And guess what happened? Oh man, Paolo had an accident. There's a
little bit of a mishap. We don't want to talk about how it came about.
A bit of a gash on his forehead.
Let's just say that it happened. Yeah, I gotta do. He's probably older than my grandmother, but some sort of a antiseptic pad that I'm going to apply here to try and clean up this slight little mess. Just cleaning it up, there's nothing else I can do. Probably should put my hat over it, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a piece like this.
What about, no, yeah, or just, we have bandages on board.
I don't want to put a bandage.
Okay.
Just so that it's not, my hands are not rubbing up against the exposed wound, open wound. But it's getting nasty out here.
I know. We may not make it to Etobicoke. We may have to seek shelter from on islands.
Decided to give Sydney a break in the middle of this. He was getting a little confused. So Lucille decided, you know what, take a break. I'll take over the helm. Are you afraid of being this close to a barge?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I keep thinking, what if our engine comes out?
Got the sails.
At midday, we passed Toronto off on our starboard.
So we're approaching Humber Bay. It's right over there by beyond the building over there. We're almost there. We made it. It was a long
slog
that's what I was thinking right now, but not
from Whitby to Etobicoke, especially when the wind is right on the nose. So we had to motor all the way from Whitby to Etobicoke with half-meter waves hitting us right on the bow. Look how calm it is in here compared to how choppy it was just out there. We arrived at Etobicoke Yacht Club on one of their Friday night barbecue events, which included a live band to entertain the guests all evening long.
Some sort of a smoked pork combination here. The vegetables, you choose whatever you want. So I had some rice. Is this like rice or I don't know if it's rice.
She said it was orzo.
Orzo, okay. Chickpeas and some salad. Also, I was having a portobello mushroom.
Portobello mushroom with
some cheese, I guess, vegetables.
yeah,
Stuffed
with the
mushroom.
same vegetable like chickpeas and the orzo and the salad.
Yeah, I'm having a beer. Just chilling down. Once we finish this, head back to the boat. This is a long pier.
Oh.
It goes on forever and ever.
It's about 10 o'clock in the morning right now, and not sure if you can hear it, but there's thunder happening. The forecast is for rain until noon, and then there'll be thunderstorms forecasted for this afternoon. We have the tarp up. As long as it's raining, at least it'll keep the cockpit relatively dry, and could still open the companionway and have air coming through the salon. Well, we're off to the Saturday morning market.
At Humber Bay. It's getting warm now. I brought my jacket, but I really don't need it. Sun's coming out. This is our old stomping ground, by the way.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And we used to sail out of here as well, anyways, but that was over 20 years ago. And we're back visiting our old stomping ground.
During the summer months, the Humber Bay community hosts a Saturday farmers market. Visitors and residents alike can buy fresh fruits and vegetables and artisanal food products from independent entrepreneurs. Fresh spots. We just bought fresh popsicles and we ordered pineapple coconut.
Comes in a little baggie, a little Ziploc baggie.
What a cool idea! So I'm going to have my first taste. Very, you know what? This is very refreshing on a very hot, humid day right today. Hey, you want some?
Yeah. So this is the Humber Bay Sailing Center. Before, many years ago, this used to be called Humber College Sailing Club. And this is where we honed our sailing skills by joining the club over here. So they had...
It's a boat sharing club,
yeah.
And they had programs such as mentoring and taking part in flotillas, going to other marinas around the lake.
And the schooling system whereby you advance through your sailing levels. You go up skipper A, skipper D.
That's the mentoring system.
Yeah. Well, mentoring is one thing, but actually getting the course, you actually you would actually have to write a test in order to advance your sailing. So mentoring, you're just practicing, and then you write a test.
And then we have on the water testing.
Yeah, on the water exam and also written tests.
It's still the same sort of programs, but now it's just under new management. It's no longer affiliated with Humber College.
Yeah.
Heading back to EYC, we're going to make lunch and then just chill for the afternoon. We're not certain yet if we're going to go out for an afternoon sail, but we'll see how the weather pans out.
Here we are, back at the yacht club.
I wonder what it would have been like if we had gone out for a day sail. After dinner, we walked along Humber Park West for a sunset view of Toronto in the distance, as well as the lake, before heading back to the boat for the night. We got up early the next morning, ready to sail back to Port Whitby. But before we left, we did a quick tour of the bay, the Humber Bay Sailing Center straight ahead. See, people are getting ready to go out on their morning slot to go sailing. Look at that old motor cruiser over there. And over here is the Etobicoke Cruising Club. We're off to head back to Port Whitby. It's going to be a long day of downwind sailing and estimated arrival of 4 p.m. Once we left Humber Bay and out onto Lake Ontario, we raised the sails and motored east. On our port side was the city of Toronto, and on our starboard side, a regatta was taking place. All right, we're trying to get out of the way of the racecourse. We'll try and get as clear as possible and leave the race course behind us. So we've been driving for the last 2 hours to just get away from the skyline of Toronto, because the wind hasn't been as windy or breezy as forecasted. The wind has picked up a little bit, but our estimated time of arrival is now around
5:70 p.m. I think.
So we can still see the skyline of Toronto on our port stern here, but we're slowly making headway. Right by our beam, we're passing the R.C. Harris water treatment plant. It's located on the east side of Toronto.
Have to turn on the motor. It's not making any headway. We gotta get back to Whitby. Hopefully by around 5-ish. Still pretty warm. You can see the steam coming out. Two teas and a couple of pastries over here for our little after lunch snack.
So we're just passing Scarborough Bluffs, and we are about a couple of hours away from our home port. Now, the wind has been going our way. I mean, the wind is coming from the west, but unfortunately the wind speed, it wasn't up to speed. We were expecting around 10 knots, and it was going to be just a broad reach or a downwind sail back to Whitby, but it's been fairly light. And now we furled the head sail. We still have the main up, but it's not really doing anything at this point. So we're just about 30 minutes away from the Port Whitby channel. So thus ends our weekend cruise to Etobicoke Yacht Club in Toronto. Thank you for watching. Come join us next time for another sailing episode. I put out videos of my sailing, travel, and outdoor adventures. If this interests you, tap on the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of a new episode. For now, fair winds to all.